Hello, everybody. I'm Lord Verma. Oh, sorry. My name is actually Cirque. What I do for a living is not important right now because Verma here is holding me hostage until I do this review he wants me to do. Either he does it or dies. Well, I mean, I won't kill him. I'll just make him my vampiric slave forever. Yes, well, I'm Cirque. And I'm going to review Infinite Warfare 4. Vermeer. Lord Vermeer, to you. Yes, Lord Vermeer. Now the best place to start would be the campaign. Might as well clear out to everybody who's watching this. If you think the campaign is bad, you got a horrible opinion. Now, yes, there are some things about the campaign that are unlikable. But overall, this is probably the best campaign I have played in COD since Black Ops 2. Let's start at the beginning of the campaign and just go over what happens. Spoiler alert, by the way. Obviously. At the start, you play as a soldier that you don't really care about, who you don't know whose name is, and is going to be attacking this facility to get some hyped up galactic weapon from it. Surprise, things go wrong. In the end, he dies, but not before getting attacked from the main villain. And saying the main villain's face does not match how he acts, or how he talks, or how he does anything is not a fucking good critique, okay? It's a stupid ass nitpick. So let's clear that. Essentially, the main villain wants to destroy the government and replace it with his own, making some sort of galactic civil war, I guess you could say. You then realize that you've been watching a recording and you hear two people talking, Rays and your commander, Reigns. You are Rays. And you basically, and after talking for a little, you go outside and talk to Salter, your military friend, I guess you could say. And you basically go on the ship to just go and do his parade. But before you do that, you meet E3N, also known as Ethan. The four of you get attacked while doing the ship parade thing, and that's really when the real campaign starts. Now, going through the whole campaign would just be a waste of time. I'm just gonna talk about the things I remember, the goods and the bads about it. Now, what makes the campaign so different than all the other COD games is the fact that the weapons you pick up in battle are scanned, meaning that you are able to use them in future missions and add your own attachments to them. I like this idea, to be honest, and I wish that's how Black Ops 2 worked. In Black Ops 2, you just did the missions and you got more guns as you went along. But I like how Infinite Warfare does it, because at least then, you have to go ahead and interact with the world more. And I like that. Now, Infinite Warfare is also the first COD game to have side missions for you to do. I really didn't do any, but I did like the fact of there being an option to do other missions to go and increase world building. And also, I'm pretty sure it probably increased side character development, but I really don't know because I didn't do it. As for speaking of characters, I absolutely love them in Infinite Warfare. For the second time, I actually cared about whether they died or not, besides Salter. I thought Salter was annoying as hell. Besides her, I actually cared about my crew, and most of the missions are pretty generic though. But still, the crew, I did like how their personality was. The missions, yes, most generic. Guys go in cover, peek out of cover to shoot you, and you shoot them. But there are two that come to mind as memorable. One of them involves you going to a facility where the robots working there have gone rogue. But the thing is though, they don't have any weapons to use on you. So instead, they run at you and try to punch you to kill you. kind of like a bunch of zombies. Also, in this mission, you're really close to the sun, and occasionally there's something that floats in front of the sun that kind of puts a little bit of shade on where you're standing. So you have to go ahead and time out when you're going out of the facility's shade into the open shade. That way you don't die from the sun's heat. Another mission I remember liking is when you have to do a semi-stealthy mission to basically get past to then protect this giant robot. When another giant robot pretty much almost kills it, and you have to kill that giant robot instead. And now for the part of the campaign I really dislike, the spaceship section. But how can you dislike something that had a lot of effort into it, suck? An easy question. It overstays its welcome. Now, if it was not in almost every mission, I would probably like it a lot more. There is a lot of detail put into it, and you can tell a lot of effort was put into it, essentially. I can respect the effort, but they should have not made it into almost every single forced campaign mission, I mean. If I really wanted to fly around space ships and just shoot things, I would have played No Man's Sky. Now, if I'm gonna have to rate this campaign individually from the other stuff, I would say it's an 85 out of 100. And if you are wondering about the Black Ops 2 campaign, I would give it a 95 out of 100. Now talk about the zombies. Oh, okay. I never liked the zombies in any of the COD games. I think it's always shit. So, we all know how my opinion on that is. Oh! How about the multiplayer? Now that's something I can get behind. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I do adore the multiplayer in Infinite Warfare. As of now, I prestige 3 times and I'm a quarter away from hitting 4th. As for Black Ops 2, my second favorite COD game, I've only prestiged once. Point and laugh all you want, but I got bored the boring-ass multiplayer in it before I could get of the second prestige. Now, the way Infinite Warfare works, you got 6 rigs. Rigs are essentially characters that have different abilities and looks from each other. The Warfighter is essentially a generic soldier. The Merc is the generic tank. But as for the other 4 rigs, you got the Synaptic, who is kind of a better version of the Warfighter, and is a robot, making him edgier. You got the FTL, who is all about teleportation and kind of time travel. The Striker, who is a motherfucking piece of... We don't talk about the annoying turret Striker. And the Phantom, the semi-generic sniper. All the rigs adapt to different players' playstyles, and I like that fact. And each rig has a different, what you would call payload ability, or ultimate ability. I'm just gonna limit it to the first one you get for each rig. The Warfighter payload gives them a gun that shoots fast and the bullets bounce off the wall 3 times. The Merc gets a laser that aimbots onto people, but takes more time to kill than the Warfighter's payload, if you're not aiming. I mean, if you're aiming. You know what I mean. The Synaptic gets akimbo silenced SMGs. The FTL gets a laser gun that insta-kills on hit, and it has 6 bullets, but you have to aim. Horrible. And then the Striker has a gun that shoots a black hole. Then finally the Phantom has a aimbot sniper with 3 shots that has a chance to earn 2 kills in 1 shot. Now the thing about Infinite Warfare is that all the guns are good in their own way. Now yes, you could say the NV4, the RPR, and the M.2 shotgun is broken as hell. But the fact is that all the weapons are really good, making this game probably one of the most balanced COD games. As long as you don't have any fucking asshats using the G-Rail or the Venom X, it's one of the most balanced COD games. Even more to prove this fact is variants. Variants are different versions of weapons. They were first introduced in Advanced Warfare, but Advanced Warfare may only change the weapons minorly. Like the way they did it is they would automatically give the weapon a silencer, or increase the damage more, or automatically make the weapon akimbo. But for Infinite Warfare, the epic variants of the weapons actually help you differentiate your playstyles. For instance, do you have trouble aiming for people's heads? Then get the Bokuzoku, Bosoko, whatever, you know what I mean. The variant of the RPR EVO, where you do a headshot damage to the groin instead of the head. Or do you like the DMR1, but dislike the scope? Get the Spectacle variant of it, where it automatically comes with a reflex scope. And even the variant for the VPR called Yokai, where it automatically comes with a silencer and kills with it. Do not reveal the death locations of its victims. Now, you could say these variants are broken as hell, but you know what, Verb, you just tell them. Obviously, you're just as salty that you have to fight people that can have a different playstyle, accustomed to the weapon they are using. Yes. Except the fucking G-Rail variants. That shit is fucking broken as hell. They have 4 variants of each score streak, including the stock one. And also, before I talk about the customization, they did increase the time to kill. Wait, did I say that right? I meant they lowered the time to kill. No, wait. Ah, fuck it. It takes more shots to kill someone, meaning you have more time to react if someone's shooting you, and punish them instead. And punish the filthy human for his insolent, horrific aiming. Yes. Almost forgot. Let's talk about the perks. All of them have their ups and downs. Well, all but 3 are really good. The 3 being Scavenger, Recon, and Tracker. Every other perk is kind of just helps you adapt to your playstyle, which I really like. Like Ghost, your invisible UAVs and radar pings, except the advanced UAVs. So if you want to be stealthy, you could use this perk, not be seen on radars, except when shooting when not using the silencer on your weapon. And the Marksman, which decreases the flinch of when using snipers when getting shot at. And other weapons slightly. And the best one for last, Hardline. It gives you 25 plus points every kill. And 2 assists count as 1 kill, and you get to do it for 8 times per life. Yes. Thank you very much. Now it's time to talk about the customization for everything. No, keep it short. There's a lot to cover. Yes, very much. I'll keep it short. So time to keep up, slow pokes, and I'm about to talk about everything. I'm gonna group challenges, mission team items, and quartermaster items. So let's start. There are 33 helmets and 21 bodies for almost each rig, about 64 different gestures, 47 different taunts, about 171 different weapon skins, 84 different weapon charge, endless weapon emblem customization, 734 different calling cards. I'm about to go leave the amount of different variants be a secret until you buy it. Shit. Did you get that? Because if you didn't, I'm not gonna say it again. Alright. Now then, I love this game. I would go as far as to say it's probably one of the funnest COD games to be made. Yes, the spawns may sometimes be really bad, but to be honest, it's with almost every COD game. And yes, the game may have some balance issues, but again, that's with a lot of COD games. With this, my final verdict for this game is 90 out of 10 for multiplayer. Overall, I would give this game a 88 out of 100. Or I guess you could say I would give it an 8.8 out of 10. Would definitely recommend. Can I go now? No! You work for the CIA! And would report me! You're staying here forever! Well, you better have some damn good fucking food. I'm starving.